Ukraine Southeast Europe Summit approves the declaration in support of Kiev.
Grand ceremony marks 70th anniversary of Hanoi's Liberation Day.
Gain, creating positive changes after 2 years of implementing digital transformation.
You're watching today's news on NTV channel. My name is Zhang, your host. The third Ukraine Southeast Europe Summit took place in Dubrovnik, Croatia. The summit aimed to demonstrate the solidarity of Southeast European countries with Ukraine in the context of Kiev is facing many challenges and difficulties in the conflict with Russia.
At the summit, leaders focused on discussing measures to address challenges and security in the region, the implementation of Ukraine's peace plan and the country's accession to the EU and NATO. At the summit, President Zelensky called on Southeast European countries to participate in the peace process, noting that his peace plan includes conditions that must be met to end the war in a just manner. The summit issued a joint statement, emphasizing support for President Zelensky's peace efforts, Ukraine's NATO membership and the country's post-war reconstruction.
The national celebration for the 70th anniversary of the liberation of the capital, October the 10th, 1954, October the 10th, 2024, takes place at the National Conference Center in Hanoi today with the attendance of Party General Secretary and State President Tô Lâm.
In his remarks, Party General Secretary and President Tô Lâm reviewed the heroic past of the army and people of the whole country in general and the army and people of Hanoi in particular in the long-term resistance war against the French colonialists, liberating the capital, opening a new period of independence and development for the Vietnamese people. Lam emphasized that historic moment was a testament to the national strength, solidarity, and aspiration for peace of our people, a milestone opening a new period of development for the capital and the country, marking the complete defeat of French colonialism in Vietnam, ending 9 years of long-term resistance. Hanoi, the capital of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, was cleared of enemies. The people were able to master their own destiny, enthusiastically entering the construction of a new society, socialism.
Hurricane Milton, which many fear could become a historically damaging storm, made landfall in Florida. The Category 3 storm brought rip-roaring winds, torrential rains, and multiple tornadoes to western Florida.
Despite weakening to Category 3, Milton is still an extremely dangerous hurricane with maximum sustained winds of 205 kilometers per hour. The storm could bring a surge of seawater as high as 2.7 to 4 meters in some areas and dump 150 to 300 millimeters of rain, with as much as 450 millimeters possible in spots. According to the U.S. National Weather Service, within just 3 hours making landfall in the Tampa Bay area, the recorded rainfall in St. Petersburg, Florida was about 230 millimeters, equivalent to the average rainfall of 3 months. More than 2 million households and businesses have lost power. Meanwhile, in St. Lucie, on Florida's Atlantic coast, fatalities recorded after tornadoes hit the area.
Coming up next are some updated news.
On the sidelines of the 44th and 45th ASEAN summits in Laos, Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh met with his Thai counterpart Paetongtarn Shinawatra. At the meeting, the two sides consented to soon raise bilateral trade to $25 billion in a balanced manner. The two leaders highlighted the importance of implementing the three connections strategy and linking supply chains and strategic areas such as transport, digital economy, green economy, and energy transition. They also agreed to quickly establish a joint working group to develop the content and specific plan for materializing this strategy. The two leaders concurred to expand cooperation in potential spheres like economy, tourism, transport, multimodal connectivity, and locality-to-locality cooperation. The two sides agreed coordinate with relevant nations to pilot the 6 countries, 1 destination tourism cooperation initiative.
The European Chamber of Commerce in Vietnam, Eurocham Vietnam, released its Q3 2024 Business Confidence Index, BCI, report, reflecting a positive trend in business sentiment despite the economic challenges posed by Typhoon Yagi and operational hurdles. The BCI score saw a notable increase, rising from 45.1 in the third quarter of 2023 to 52.0 in the third quarter of 2024, signaling a strong year-on-year recovery despite tough external conditions. The survey results also shows that 47.4% of respondents are confident their companies will see improvement in the coming quarter.
For the first time in the history of Vietnamese medicine, doctors at Viet Duc Friendship Hospital successfully performed first heart-liver transplant on a special patient from a brain-dead donor. At the end of September, the patient fell into a state of decompensated heart failure, not responding to conventional treatment methods, especially acute liver failure. The kidneys were also affected. Along with a serious blood clotting disorder, the patient's life was only counted in days. The only method at this time was to replace the heart and liver at the same time. Meanwhile, Nghệ An General Hospital announced that it had received a case of traumatic brain injury, with no hope of survival. At noon on October 1st, Viet Duc Hospital's medical team was divided into 2 groups. One group assisted in Nghệ An General Hospital in conducting 2 kidney transplants. The other group swiftly transported the recovered organs to Viet Duc Hospital and performed a simultaneous heart-liver transplant on the male patient with organ failure. After an 8-hour operation, the patient was moved to the intensive care unit for monitoring. The patient's liver and heart function progressively improved.
Moving on to today's story. October the 10th, named as National Digital Transformation Day. In August 2022, the Provincial Party Committee issued Resolution Number 9 on Digital Transformation of Nghệ An Province to 2025 with a vision to 2030. After 2 years of implementation, it has created many positive changes in the development of digital infrastructure, digital government, digital economy, and digital society.
To promote the application of information technology in state management and digital transformation plans, the People's Committee of Du Luong Town has focused on investing in adequate and modern equipment, strengthening the exploitation of population databases in receiving and handling administrative procedures and digitizing records in receiving and handling administrative procedures on the public service system. In the first 9 months of the year, nearly 800 applications were received online.
We have organized training for civil servants to apply IT to better serve the people, creating accounts for people to use public services conveniently and easily.
Meanwhile, Nghệ An Petroleum Company has applied a number of technologies to the works of management, administration, and business production. Applied human resource management software, salary software connected to petrol pump data to calculate products for each individual seller quickly, accurately, and fairly.
Applying digital transformation, the work of human resource, salary and labor management of our company is more closely. Sales figures are more transparent.
Up to now, Nghệ An Province has issued nearly 2,940,000 ID cards and activated nearly 1,993,000 electronic identification records. All provincial departments, branches, sectors, people's committees of districts, cities, towns and people's committees of communes, wards and towns have received and processed administrative procedures on the Provincial Administrative Procedure Settlement Information System. In September, the whole province also digitized nearly 83,000 administrative procedure records upon receipt, reaching nearly 92%.
We promote the role of community digital technology groups because this is the main force to directly guide people to participate in digital transformation. Perfecting the construction of e-government towards digital government, digital economy and digital society.
Currently, the Provincial People's Committee is directing all levels and sectors to focus on implementing solutions, improving the efficiency of receiving records through the public service portal, striving for the rate of records resolved through online public services to reach over 45% of the total number of records. At least 95% of people and businesses are satisfied with the settlement of administrative procedures. Completing and putting into use the shared data warehouse, open data of the province for agencies and units to exploit and use.
Is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching and see you next time.